Do you want to boost your confidence? Let's talk about the first step, practice. Yes, you heard it right, practice. It's not a glamorous or revolutionary concept, but it's the cornerstone of confidence. Now, you might be thinking, oh, practice, huh? So I guess I'll just become a world-class pianist overnight. Well, not quite, but imagine if you were to tickle those ivories every day for a year. You might not be the next Mozart, but you'd certainly be able to play a decent tune. See, practice is like a secret weapon. It's like a superhero's training montage, but in real life. And the best part, you don't need to be bitten by a radioactive spider or be born on a distant planet. All you need is dedication and, of course, practice. Let's take a trip down memory lane. Remember when you first learned to tie your shoes? It seemed like a complex task, right? But with practice, it became second nature. Now, you don't even think about it. That's the power of practice. It takes the impossible and makes it possible, the unfamiliar and makes it familiar. Now, I'm not saying you'll turn into a shoe-tying superhero, but that's the beauty of practice. It doesn't always lead to grandiose results. Sometimes it's about turning the ordinary into the extraordinary. It's about transforming I can't into I can, and eventually into I did. The concept of practice makes perfect might sound cliché, but clichés exist for a reason. They hold a kernel of truth, and this one is no different. Practice may not make you perfect, but it will make you better. And with each step forward, with each improvement, comes a boost in confidence. So let's put it this way. Confidence isn't a magic potion you can gulp down. It's a ladder. Each rung represents a step forward, a skill practiced, a challenge overcome. And with every rung you climb, you'll find yourself standing taller, feeling stronger, and brimming with confidence. So remember, practice is your best friend when it comes to boosting confidence. So what are you waiting for? Start practicing. Now let's talk about our next tip, setting goals. Ever heard of the saying, a goal without a plan is just a wish? Well, it's time to stop wishing and start planning. You see, setting goals isn't just about achieving something in the future. It's about creating a roadmap to confidence right here, right now. When you have a goal, you have a purpose, a direction. And when you have a direction, every step you take, no matter how small, is a step towards something bigger. It's a step towards confidence. Imagine you're an explorer on a journey. Without a map or a compass, it's easy to feel lost or overwhelmed. But when you have a clear destination in mind, every step you take, every challenge you overcome fills you with a sense of achievement, a sense of confidence. Remember Thomas Edison, the guy who invented the light bulb? He didn't just wake up one day and decide to create a light bulb. No, he had a clear goal in mind. And despite thousands of failures, he kept going. Why? Because he had a sense of direction, a sense of purpose, and with every failure, his confidence grew, because he knew he was one step closer to achieving his goal. And it's not just about the big goals. Even small goals can boost your confidence. Think about it. When you set a goal to say, wake up early and you do it, how does that make you feel? Proud, right? That's your confidence growing, my friend. But here's the thing, setting goals is not enough. You need to make them smart. Specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. A vague goal like, I want to be more confident, isn't going to cut it. Instead, try something like, I will speak up in 2 meetings this week. That's a smart goal. It's specific, measurable, achievable, relevant to your overall goal of boosting confidence. And it has a deadline. And remember, it's okay to adjust your goals. Life happens. Sometimes you might need to take a detour or change your destination altogether. And that's okay. What's important is that you keep moving forward, keep growing, keep building your confidence. So take a moment, think about what you want to achieve. What's your goal? Now make it smart. Write it down, visualize it, commit to it, and start taking steps towards it one day at a time. And as you move closer to your goal, remember to celebrate your progress. Every step you take, every goal you achieve, no matter how small, is a win. And every win is a confidence booster. So set clear goals and make your way towards a more confident you. Moving on to our third tip, let's discuss the role of a positive mindset in boosting confidence. It's like that old saying, your mind is a powerful thing. When you fill it with positive thoughts, your life will start to change. And boy, isn't that the truth. Let me give you an example. Imagine 2 people, let's call them Alex and Blake. Now, Alex is a bit of a pessimist. He always sees the glass half empty. When he faces a challenge, he tends to think, I can't do this, it's too hard. On the other hand, Blake is an optimist. He sees the glass half full. When faced with the same challenge, he thinks, this is tough, but I can handle it. Now, who do you think is more likely to succeed and feel more confident? You guessed it, Blake. That's because a positive mindset doesn't just make you feel better, it actually increases your chances of succeeding. It's like a secret weapon in your confidence arsenal. Think about it. When you approach a task with a positive mindset, you're more likely to take risks, push yourself, and persevere in the face of adversity. You're not paralyzed by fear or doubt because you believe in your ability to succeed. And when you do succeed, it reinforces your positive mindset, creating a virtuous cycle that keeps boosting your confidence. Now you might be thinking, but I'm more like Alex, I can't just flip a switch and become an optimist overnight. And you're right, changing your mindset isn't something that happens instantly. It's a gradual process that requires conscious effort. But the good news is, it's entirely possible with practice. Start by catching yourself when you're thinking negatively. Acknowledge the thought, then challenge it. Ask yourself, is this really true? Is there a more positive way to look at this situation? Then replace the negative thought with a positive one. For example, instead of thinking, I can't do this, it's too hard, try thinking, this is challenging, but I'm capable of overcoming it. It might feel a bit strange at first, but with time, it'll become second nature. And before you know it, you'll be like Blake, brimming with confidence and ready to conquer the world. But remember, while a positive mindset can significantly boost your confidence, it's not a magic cure-all. It doesn't mean you'll never face difficulties or failures. But it does equip you with the resilience and determination to bounce back from setbacks and keep moving forward. So, if you want to boost your confidence, start with your mindset. Shift it from negative to positive. Embrace challenges as opportunities for growth. Believe in your ability to succeed. And most importantly, be kind to yourself. You're doing the best you can, and that's something to be proud of. So, shift your mindset positively and watch your confidence soar. Fourth tip on the list is all about celebrating small wins. Do you know how big things come from small beginnings? Picture this. You're on a long journey, say a marathon. You don't just wake up one morning, lace up your running shoes, and sprint the full 26.2 miles. No, you start with 1 mile, then 2, then 5, and so on. Each mile you conquer is a small win, a stepping stone on your way to the finish line. That's precisely how confidence works. It's a marathon, not a sprint, and every small win is a crucial mile marker on your journey. Now, why are these small wins so important? Well, they're like tiny confidence-building blocks. Each small win gives you a little boost, a little nudge that tells you, hey, you're doing great, keep going. And these small wins, they add up. Before you know it, you've built a skyscraper of confidence. Let's take an imaginary friend, Bob. Bob's not great at public speaking. It makes him nervous, shaky, and he stutters. But Bob decides he wants to change. He wants to be a confident speaker. So, instead of jumping straight into delivering a keynote speech at a major conference, he starts small. He talks in small group meetings, then presents at team meetings, then speaks at larger department gatherings. Each time he speaks, he stutters less, he's less nervous, and he feels more confident. Each of these moments is a small win for Bob, and they add up, helping him become a confident speaker. And here's the fun part. Celebrating these small wins is like adding a turbo boost to your confidence engine. Whenever you achieve a small win, take a moment to acknowledge it. Give yourself a mental high five, do a little dance, treat yourself to a favorite snack, whatever floats your boat. This celebration reinforces the positive feeling of achievement and boosts your confidence. But you might ask, what if my small win is too small? What if it's insignificant? Well, my dear listener, there's no such thing as an insignificant win. A win is a win, no matter how small. Remember, even the most magnificent oak tree started from a tiny acorn. So whether your win is as small as an acorn or as big as an oak tree, celebrate it. In the grand scheme of things, it's these small wins that make up the journey, that build the confidence skyscraper. They're like the bricks that make up a house, the notes that make up a song, the strokes that make up a painting. Each one is important, each one is worth celebrating. So the next time you score a small win, give yourself a pat on the back. Smile, cheer, do a little victory dance. Put on your favorite song and sing at the top of your lungs, because that small win is a step towards your confidence marathon finish line. Remember, every small win counts, so celebrate them and boost your confidence. Finally, let's talk about our fifth tip, handling failures with grace. Ever heard of the saying, failures are stepping stones to success? Well, it's not just a cliche, it's a powerful truth that can transform the way you perceive setbacks and boost your confidence in a remarkable way. When we look at the biographies of successful people, we often see a common thread. They all faced failures, but what separates them from the rest is how they reacted to these failures. They didn't allow them to define their worth or capabilities. Instead, they treated them as learning opportunities, a chance to improve and grow. And this, my friends, is the essence of handling failures with grace. Take Thomas Edison, for instance. His journey to inventing the light bulb wasn't a cakewalk. He faced 1,000 failed attempts before he finally succeeded. But did he let those failures deter him? Absolutely not. He famously said, "I have not failed, I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." That's handling failure with grace, viewing each setback not as a defeat, but as a stepping stone towards success. Or consider J.K. Rowling, the author of the famous Harry Potter series. Before she became the household name that she is today, she faced numerous rejections from publishers. But she didn't let the rejections shake her confidence. Instead, she used them as motivation to keep going, to keep improving. And look where that took us. So how can we apply this to our lives? Firstly, we must understand that failure is a part of life. It's inevitable. But our reaction to it is something we can control. When we face a setback, we can choose to let it bring us down, or we can choose to learn from it, to use it as a stepping stone towards our goals. Secondly, we must remember that failure does not define us. Just because we failed at something doesn't mean we're a failure. It simply means we have yet to find the right way, the right strategy, and that's okay. It's all part of the process. Lastly, we must be kind to ourselves in the face of failure. It's easy to be harsh, to criticize ourselves when things don't go as planned. But remember, self-criticism doesn't lead to growth. Self-compassion does. So let's treat ourselves with kindness and understanding when we stumble, and use it as a catalyst to push forward. So handle your failures with grace, learn from them, and watch your confidence grow. Remember, the path to success is paved with failures used as stepping stones. Embrace them, learn from them, and let them guide you towards your goals. Remember, it's not about how many times you fall, but how many times you get back up that truly defines your journey. Let's quickly recap what we've learned today. Confidence, that elusive quality we all crave, can be built brick by brick with 5 essential tools. First up, practice. Like a musician honing their craft, the more you practice being confident, the better you get at it. It's a skill, not a trait. Next, we talked about setting goals. These are your guiding lights, your North Star. They give you direction and purpose, which in turn fuels your confidence. Then we shifted gears to talk about a mindset shift. By changing how you perceive yourself and the world around you, you can create a powerful ripple of confidence. We also discussed the power of small wins. Every tiny victory is a confidence booster. A mini celebration that tells your brain, "Hey, I can do this." And finally, we underscored the importance of handling failures with grace. Failures are stepping stones, not stumbling blocks. They teach us, shape us, and ultimately build our confidence. Boost your confidence with these 5 great tips and transform your life. Remember, you've got this.